Thanks to o-cedar for sponsoring this video.
I give you the moon and change the stars, most anything to win your heart. Oh, I dance with you into the dark. What I'll do, saw your face, and then I knew this heart was made for only you, only you. 'Cause only you can make me feel the way I do.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is kind of late right now. We just got the boys to sleep. I feel like life has just been so busy lately and we have kind of fallen behind on like our daily housework. So that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. Kyle is actually going to be with me and we are just gonna buckle down tonight and get most of the house clean. Not everywhere, but the main living area, and we're also gonna tackle upstairs a bit. So we do have quite a bit to get done and it is around 10 o'clock right now. We are tired, but there's just not enough time in the day to get everything done, so we're gonna go ahead and tackle it tonight. So I figured I would take you guys along with us on another After Dark Clean with me. So let's go ahead and jump to it.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
You love dancing in the rain. You never mind a cloudy day. You make the world a better place. Yeah, you love dancing in the rain.
This room right here is our game room and it often gets overlooked and neglected. If you've been subscribed for quite a while, you may remember our Utah home and we had our basement theater room and game room kind of combined. So we really wanted so badly to have a similar space in our new house. But I think because this room is a bit out of the way, kind of on your way to the boys' rooms, we just sort of forget about it. Plus, I feel like we have a lot of great outdoor spaces here that we end up just spending a lot more time outside as well. And so this room just ends up not getting used that much. But our theater room gets used all the time, whether it's for family movie nights or our kids and their friends are playing video games or something. We just feel like that room is constantly getting used all the time. So we've actually been talking about transitioning this room into a teen room, which is what it's technically called on the house plans. We just feel like it might get more used that way. So our plans are to add a couch that hopefully will pull out into a bed for guests and having sleepovers and things like that. Maybe put a TV in here and some old video game consoles and just create a more open space for the boys and their friends to kind of hang out. So stay tuned. I'm not really sure when we will do that makeover just because it is a bit more in depth with painting and all the furniture we'll be adding in. Plus, honestly, all the other makeovers that we want to get done, you know, everything just kind of has to fit into the time frame. But I really think this will be such a more used space and I really cannot wait to kind of transition this into something that will be used a lot more often. So stay tuned for that.
You love dancing in the rain. You never mind a cloudy day. Make the world a better place. You love dancing in the rain.
So as you saw when we first started in this room, everything was kind of torn apart. I feel like nothing was really where it actually belonged. And I think it really got that way just because sometimes I get in my own head thinking things are going to take a whole lot longer than they actually do. And so I end up kind of pushing them off to the side, neglecting them a bit. And it really didn't end up taking us a lot of time at all. It probably took us like maybe 10-15 minutes, especially because we were working together on this. And I feel like I just constantly get that reminder when things like this happen. A lot of times things are a lot more attainable than we feel like they are. So maybe keep that in mind as the week goes on for you. And I will definitely do the same. And we can just kind of work together on being less in our mind and more just focused on what we want to get done.
Safe, feeling locked in my chest, yeah. Ooh, baby, no, I love you to death. I keep it short and sweet and say it again. Your love's safe with me.
Once we got our floor vacuumed, I wanted to take advantage of everyone sleeping and get our floors mopped, especially upstairs where our floors don't get near as much attention. And I'm so excited to be teaming up with o-cedar on today's video to share their new o-cedar Rinse Clean Spin Mop and Bucket system. Their previous spin mop has probably been one of my most suggested cleaning items from y'all over the years, so I was really excited to be able to try out their new version. And I have to say, you guys were definitely right. I have been so impressed with it. So how their Rinse Clean Spin Mop works is there are 2 tanks that separates the dirty water from the clean water. So you start by filling up the blue water tank with warm clean water. You can also add in any floor cleaners at this time if you want. Then you just set the blue tank inside of the gray bucket, and when you're ready to mop, just pull on the red water release tab, and that will allow the clean water to pour into the rinsing chamber, and you can wet your mop head with that clean water. Then place the mop head into the wringer and just press down on the foot pedal, and it will spin the mop, releasing any excess water, and you're all ready to start mopping your floors.
Love safe here and locked in my chest, yeah. Ooh, babe, you know I love you to death. I keep it short, sweet, say it again. Your love safe with me. I'll keep you love safe here and locked in
The o-cedar Rinse Clean Mop is a game changer in floor cleaning because with their 2-tank system, you can continuously mop your floors with clean water and know that the dirty water is being wrung out into the dirty water tank instead of being dragged across your floors. I also have loved the triangle mop head because it makes it super easy to get into the corners as well as small spaces. And I just have to say, how satisfying is it to watch floors get mopped? I don't know if it's just me, but it's just super satisfying to see. So once I got the game room area mopped in the hallway, I moved on to the stairs, and then we went downstairs to start tidying up down there.
When the waves get rough, will you be here when I wake up? When the waves get rough, will you be here when I wake up? Here I stand in front of you. It's a little overdue, asking for a simple truth. Here I stand in front of you. It's a little overdue, asking for a simple truth. And I don't mean to be a bother, but I was wondering if you're crossing oceans with me. 'Cause I just really need to know if this is love or is it the sharing air to breathe. When the waves get rough, will you be here when I wake up? When the waves get rough, will you be here when I wake up? When the waves get rough, will you be here when I wake up? When the waves get rough, will you be here when I wake up?
All right, now that the upstairs is all clean, it feels so good because that space is like one that we actually don't hang out in a whole ton, and so it's just one that kind of gets away from us, and it's been really needing some extra love. Kyle actually cleaned his office like a few days ago, so his isn't too bad. However, mine, like my whole desk is covered as always. I have just stuff all over the floor. It's a bit of a mess. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle both of our offices, clean the floors in here, and then we are going to move into the kitchen, which is also a mess because we had dinner late after getting home from football, and then we didn't have a chance to clean it after before putting the boys to bed, and so we'll have to go ahead and tidy that up as well, but we are making some good progress.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't care. It feels like the world is burning down and we're all scared. I'd be foolish if I pretended it's all good when I see another brother lose the life he built.
So if you remember our house layout, or if you saw our empty house tour, you know that my office is right next to the front door. So I feel like it's just natural. It constantly has random things being dropped off and left in there until they make it to wherever they belong. I have to say that definitely does contribute to my office mess, but it really does make such a big difference working in there when it's actually clean and not so cluttered. So one of my current mini goals is to do my best to keep my office at least mostly clean by the end of each day. I honestly have such a part of me that wants to be a minimalist, but to be honest, I'm just not quite there yet mentally. Maybe one day I'll take that path, but for now, I'm just gonna do my best to create a peaceful space in our home. Once we got the room tidied up and vacuumed, I started wiping down the surfaces and Kyle started building my lamp. We definitely don't do this intense of a nightly clean all the time, but I would say about 4 to 5 nights a week we do a 15-minute family pickup where the boys are involved too, and we just kind of focus on the main living spaces. And then if we have a lot of extra housework to be done, or on the nights where our schedules don't allow for a family pickup, Kyle and I will often clean our home together before bed. Most nights, like I said, it's not this intense, but we just do the basics like tidying up the living room, doing the dishes in the kitchen, and then also taking out the trash. But it was so nice to clean more in depth together on this night and just get several more areas tackled.
No need to be afraid, we're gonna be okay. Oh,
Read the instructions.
No.
It says right here, look. What did I say last time? You can't just go slapping stuff together.
So it was basic.
Okay. That is pretty easy. Do you have a bulb for this? I bet we do. There you go.
Thank you.
Here you go. I'm gonna see if I can find a light bulb.
As you can see, I don't have a lot of hard floors in my office, or at least not a lot that aren't covered by a rug. Let me know in the comments, are you team hard floor or team carpet? I totally feel like there are spaces that are better off with carpet, but if you have kids or pets, I feel like hard floors are so tough to beat. They can just get so much cleaner, so much easier, and they also seem to hold up a bit better for much longer, whereas I feel carpet gets a lot of stains and it just gets kind of matted down. So I am definitely team hard floor. I'm sure that once the carpet in the boys' bedrooms wears out, we're probably going to end up replacing that with wood floors as well, just to match the rest of the floors in the home. But we definitely will add some area rugs just to keep that cozy feel, but still be a little bit more easier to maintain.
So hold on, this big wave will wash us all ashore with nothing left to save. So leave here and be brave. There's nothing more in store for a man that never gave. So go find a remedy, a medicine, we all agree. And you should know I'm just a stone's throw away, a mile down the road in a phone booth I wait. And when all you call, I hope I hear you say, you'll be sure to bring the cure and I'll be here another day.
So we got Kyle's office all clean. This is a sign from my friend. She made the same sign that we put up in our old house for the new family who bought our home. And she made one that will fit this space up here, basically right when you walk in the door. This is kind of what you see as you walk into the living room. And we were going to put it up tonight, so it's sitting over here. And then we realized, we told her don't put hangers on the back because we were going to command strip it up, but I think it's actually going to be too heavy to command up. So we are going to need to go to the store and get like some little teeth hooks to attach to the back. So we can't get this guy up today, but soon we will get it up. I think it's gonna look so nice.
So go on steadfast this time.
So we are really needing to figure something else out for our kids' shoe storage. As you can see, there are shoes all over the floor, and that's because this cabinet has ended up being a bit too shallow since our boys' feet have been growing like crazy lately. So I actually have a thrifted dresser that I've been planning to DIY, and I kind of thought it might be a little weird to use as a shoe cabinet, but it also I think might work really well, and maybe it wouldn't be too weird in the space. So I'm not really sure yet. I'm just kind of playing around with the idea. But either way, I definitely need to get this shoe storage situation figured out for not only the boys, but actually Kyle and I as well.
Booth I wait, and when all you go, I hope I hear you say, you'll be sure to bring the cure, and I'll be here another day. Whoa, oh, 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 oh.
So you guys will have to let me know if you've used o-cedar's previous spin mop or if you've gotten this new version. Like I said, so many of y'all have recommended their previous spin mop to me for years, so I'm sure a lot of y'all have used it. But as you can see, I'm just mopping as I go from room to room. Now, other than the boys' bathrooms, we only have wood floors as far as hard flooring goes in our home, but this mop is safe on all hard surfaces, including finished hardwood, wood, laminate, tile, and vinyl. And something else that's super neat about the o-cedar Rinse Clean Spin Mop is that the microfiber mop head removes not only dirt, but also 99% of bacteria with just water. So not only are you able to clean the different spaces in your home with continuously clean water, but you can feel confident in knowing you're getting a true deep clean. Also, something else I love is the mop head is reusable and machine washable, so you're not having to worry about daily replacements or anything like that. And on top of it all, I'm just so impressed that you can grab one of these for under $50. So if you want to learn more about the o-cedar Rinse Clean Spin Mop, I will have the link and information down below in my description box.
Without you, you've been with me all along, always on my side. You've never gone. You've been with me all along, and you've been holding on for so long. When others would be gone, you stayed with me all along. You've been with me. You've been with me all along, all along, all along. You've been with me. You've been with me all along, all along, all along.
All right, we have one, well, kind of like a few more spaces to go, but it's really just like the one main area. So we are going to quickly tidy up the living room and then work on the kitchen and dining room. Let me know if you guys are still with us. We are so tired, but it does feel really good to be having all these spaces just clean. I know tomorrow is gonna feel so good to wake up to this, so we're pushing through.
Long years, and I don't know where I've gone, but I'm awake now, so withdrawn, like pennies on the beach. King gives pawn, no one sheds a tear. Life goes on, and the world gets colder every year. And you decide when you come or go, and you get me wondering if you let me know. And I'm waiting in the shadows down below, and you get me wondering wondering if it's worth wondering. And you've kept me wondering if it's worth wondering. And you've kept me wondering if it's worth wondering. All my thoughts crowd my head in sweat inside my mind. Perspiration drips and waters down the time like sea glass tumbling.
I feel like whenever I do a more in-depth nighttime clean, I always find my mind wandering just since it's so peaceful and calm in the house. And on this night, Kyle was telling me a story that he heard recently, so I wanted to share it with y'all because Kyle and I find ourselves talking about the moral of this story all the time. Now, I don't remember who this was by, so I'm just kind of paraphrasing it. So the story begins with a farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, his neighbors came by and said, "We are so sorry to hear your horse ran away. This is so unfortunate." And the farmer replied, "Maybe." Then the next day, the horse came back, accompanied by 7 wild horses. And later that day, everybody came by and said, "Wow, that's so lucky. What a great turn of events. Now you have 8 horses." And the farmer again said, "Maybe." Then the following day, his son was trying to break one of the horses, and while riding it, he was thrown off and broke his leg. And his neighbors then came by and said, "Oh no, that's so terrible." And the farmer responded, "Maybe." Then the next day, the military offers came by to draft people into the army, and they rejected his son because of his broken leg. And all of the neighbors came around and said, "Amazing, that's such great news." And again, the farmer replied with, "Maybe." So the moral of the story is, as you go throughout your life, it's really impossible to tell whether anything that happens in it is good or bad, because you never know what the consequence of the negative moments are, just like you never know what the consequences will be of those positive moments as well. I feel like it is so easy to immediately judge a situation or feel a certain way when something happens, especially when it's bad or kind of perceived as bad, but having faith and knowing that there's always a bigger picture can just help us not get so caught up in the emotions of daily struggles. So Kyle and I have a story. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I might have shared it with you guys in a video a long time ago, but I figured I would go ahead and share it today. So when I was about 4 months pregnant with our first son, Luke, we had just moved to our very first Air Force duty station, and we had only been married for less than a year. So we were just kind of still in that starting out phase. And on our very first night in North Carolina, we were staying at a hotel off of base, and we had our full U-Haul with everything we owned. And we woke up the next morning to walk outside and get some things out of our U-Haul, and it was gone. It was completely missing. The police ended up finding our U-Haul about 25 miles south of the town, and I guess is pretty common in that area for U-Hauls to be stolen. Basically, they had taken everything that we owned, and so we were just kind of restarting from scratch. It was definitely a lot to kind of take in at first, but Kyle and I just decided, we're thankful that we were safe, and there were a lot of positive things that came from that. For example, one, we ended up renting in a different area that was a lot safer because we became a lot more safety conscious in that area because of what happened, and I do feel like that helped us with the area that we were in. And then another added benefit of that is that we were paid a little bit of insurance money. It wasn't anything enough to replace all the items that were stolen, but once we had our oldest son, Luke, his infant car seat actually did not fit in my husband's old truck, and so we were able to take that insurance money and put it as a down payment on our new truck. And so there were just things like that where yeah, it was a really tough situation. We had everything we had stolen. It just kind of shook us when we first moved there. But in the end, we still feel like it was such a blessing. It also kind of helped us be a lot more thrifty right in the beginning because we really had to kind of start with a lot less than we normally would have had. And honestly, I could sit here and talk this entire video about different situations like that in our life. I feel like there have been so many times where you think something's great and it ends up being a negative later on, or a lot of times it's the other way where you think something's going to be so bad and it actually turns out to bless you later on. So as you go throughout your week, I would just encourage you to kind of have an open mind and just have faith in whatever struggles you're going through, whether they are big or kind of feeling small. Just know that there is a bigger picture and the consequences are unknown to you. So I hope that can kind of help you go throughout your day and your week a little bit more peacefully.
Times they aren't changing around here, building walls and closing bridges, saying all they want is peace. Sure, I'm young, but I can read through the lines. We don't need your sympathy, just a little empathy. I might go a little crazy, but why can't you see? We're standing here and watching as it falls. When growing up we used to have it all. We can't waste another day looking at the other way. We're standing here and watching as it falls. I'm tired of apologizing every time I care too much. I've been taught to
Once I
keep
got my
my
sink clean for the night, I added in a few drops of essential oil down the sink drain. I've been doing this for years and I love adding essential oils down the sink drain just to help it smell nice. If you have not tried doing this yet, give it a shot. You can find essential oils all over the place, but I really think you will just be amazed at the difference it makes. It smells so, so good. My personal favorites are grapefruit and peppermint, but there are tons and tons of different options.
We're standing here and watching as it falls. When growing up we used to have it all. We can't waste another day looking at the other way. We're standing here and watching as it falls. We don't need your sympathy. Just a little empathy. Yeah, we don't need your sympathy. Just a little empathy. We don't need your sympathy. Oh.
So by this point in the night, we were starting to get so tired, and I honestly tried to get away with just wiping the stove down, but it was a little bit too far gone just to let it be. I feel like I can only get about 3 days between having to scrub the top of my stove, and it's kind of annoying, honestly, but it does look amazing and so satisfying once it's all clean. So to clean it, I'm just using a baking soda cleaner and scrubbing it all down, and then I'm just wiping it away with a microfiber cloth, and you'll be amazed at how good it works. It won't scratch anything, but the baking soda does add just enough abrasion to kind of get all of those little bits and pieces off.
Know the weather will get colder, that it can't always be spring. And when I pushed you in a stroller, you were looking up, singing life like a church hymn. You are gonna find your place, child. Of that much I know, I'm sure. Keep on laughing at the rain, I guess. Isn't that the place to start? Someday you will be stronger than you are now, but you will not know everything. And when the water's spilling over the bow, you'll still have me in the wings. You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again. You gotta get up to get
So
down,
finally,
kid.
we are at the end. We got so much done tonight, but the last thing that I wanted to do was just finish mopping the kitchen floor. I feel like the kitchen floor could get mopped every single day and it still wouldn't be enough. There is just so much that falls on the floors every single day, whether it's from cooking or from the boys getting snacks or our pets or whatever it might be. But the kitchen floor definitely takes a little bit of a beating every single day. So it always just feels super nice to have it all mopped and clean and just good to go for the next day until inevitably it gets dirty again. But for that short little period where it's perfectly clean, I love it. And then I had to laugh because as I walked over towards the living room area, I saw our cat Felix, and he was just laying there kind of watching to see what I was doing. And at this point, it was very late in the night, or early, however you want to look at it, but he wasn't going to sleep. He was just hanging out. You guys always tell me in the comments, like, it's so fun watching the cats. They're always interested in everything we're doing, and it's so true. Like, they just hang out no matter what we're doing, and they just will watch and be so curious on everything. Like, they never want to miss anything. They just want to be a part of everything and kind of know everything that's going on in the house, even if it is the middle of the night.
Treat your mother like she's made of gold. After all, she brought you here. And if you're lost, go see the ocean. It will always help you steer. Someday you will be stronger than you are now, but you will not know everything. When the water's spilling over the bow.
So the very last thing that I wanted to do was just clean out our mop and bucket, and then also I had forgotten to close our back blinds in the dining room, so I went ahead and closed those up for the night. But we got so much done tonight. Our house just felt like it could breathe again. It just felt like a whole new space. It's kind of amazing how when you get your home completely clean like this, it just does feel like a totally rejuvenated space, and it just makes you kind of enjoy your home a bit more. A clean home is not everything, but it does make such a difference. So I feel like I never really look past that. I always can appreciate that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us tonight. I hope you got lots of cleaning motivation, and I also hope this was pretty relaxing for you. I know a lot of times these relaxing cleaning videos can be kind of therapeutic and just kind of let you chill out and relax. So I hope this provided you with that today. I also wanted to remind you that if you're interested in learning more about the o-cedar Rinse Clean Spin Mop, I will have all of the information on that down below. And again, thanks to o-cedar for sponsoring this video. And if you are not subscribed already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, and that way you won't miss any future content that I'm going to be sharing on the channel. I typically post every single Monday, and sometimes I have some bonus videos, and I have some good ones coming up, so you definitely do not want to miss out on those. I hope you have an incredible rest of the day, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again.